All right, so I've got an older receiver. This is a Sony receiver with the amp, and I'm having a little bit of problems with it, and I'm trying to troubleshoot the sound issue. That's almost double. And so I hooked it up. I used an audio extractor, an HDMI extractor, to hook up to my new TV. And everything was just fine, and then I just lost some sound out of this right speaker. And so I'm going to troubleshoot it, and I think I found what the problem is. So I have it on the tuner right now on AM. You can hear this. And we can hear, let me take the thing. You can hear a good steady hiss out of the left, and here's a hiss out of the right. Sounds good. And then when we increase the volume, I'll keep the mic over here. Now that's good, and so that's not the problem. So I was watching a technician last night on another channel, and he suggested going through everything, all of your speaker switches, your balance, your treble, especially your tape monitor, and cycle everything and isolate where the problem is. I've done the volume several times, and it sounds really good, but here's what I found. Okay, so we can hear a good hiss. All right, but now watch. So that means that we've got some dirt or corrosion on this speaker selector switch, and that's probably what happened. So it doesn't take much, and now the right is out. That's almost double on the left. And that's solely due to this. So I'm also going to try all these switches. So the treble is just changing the tone. Balance, pretty good. And then the tape monitor, where's the tape monitor? That says adapter. And then the mute works all right. All right, let's take it apart. All right, so it's unplugged, and I took the case off, and whatever you do, make sure that this is fully de-energized and that you can see the plug and that it is not plugged in. All right, so if you look on the front here is our AB selector switch, and so look back here, and then that is in right there. So if I move this, you can see, look down that hole, you can see that moving. So this is a little bit dirty. I'm going to take a blow can to clean this stuff up. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some electric parts cleaner in here and put a few drops in here. And then work this back and forth, and then allow this to dry. You do not want to use electric parts cleaner when this is turned on, and then you need to exercise this several times and work that in. And then I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes. Let this dry for a couple minutes and go test it. All right, let me turn this up a little. You can hear it. Now, a little jiggle is not getting any dropout at all now. Okay, and then that's better. So I think what happened was, maybe some vibrations from the music, because I was listening to pretty loud music last night. Maybe it vibrated a little bit and then it dropped out. I'll shut that down. But that's a way that you can fix this yourself without having to send it in. And if you're getting crackling on your volume when it's going up and down, or there's certain areas where you're getting crackling only, then you need to clean the pot in the back. And I'll show you how to do that as well. All right, so the potentiometers, let me just try and zoom in here. Here's the one I'm looking at right here at the light. Let me see if I can add a little bit of light. So I've zoomed in on there, and if you look very carefully, what you're looking for is a hole. And if you look very carefully, right below the 16, see right below the 16, there's a small hole. And that's an access port that you can put in some contact cleaner. And so some of these are kind of hard to get to, but these are all oriented in the same way. The wires are in the way there, but you look very careful on the next one, and you can see that small hole on the next potentiometer. You want to blow it out with compressed air and then put some sort of parts cleaner, electronic parts cleaner in there. And so that's how you can fix some of these vintage ones without having to send it in for repair or something like that.